to their child, in the warmth of the blanket he had once wrapped around her shoulders, in the sunflower seeds he had left in a jar, which she planted by the window. The apartment was still filled with silence, but it was no longer empty. People began visiting again. Mrs. Daria brought soup and knitted a tiny hat for Soraya. She lingered at the door one day, her eyes soft as she said, "You look stronger, Elara. Lighter." Elara smiled, adjusting the baby in her arms. "I'm not alone anymore," she replied quietly. Her friend Leora came too, hesitant at first, afraid to see Elara broken. But when she walked into the room and found her rocking Soraya gently, humming under her breath, Leora's shoulders relaxed. "You're glowing," she said with a laugh, brushing a tear from her cheek. Elara smiled faintly. "She saved me." Neither of them said the other named the one who had not been saved. But in Elara's heart, she whispered it silently. "Kian, you saved me too." On the first clear day after weeks of rain, Elira took Soraya outside. The world seemed sharper. Brighter the air smelled of earth and new beginnings. She walked to the park where she and Kian used to sit on weekends, eating pastries and watching children chase each other across the grass. She sat on a bench, holding Soraya close, and closed her eyes. For a moment she could almost feel him beside her, his arm draped along the back of the bench, his laughter carried by the wind. But when she opened her eyes, there was only sunlight, trees swaying gently, and her daughter gazing up at her with innocent wonder. And somehow that was enough. Weeks turned into months. Soraya grew stronger, her cries becoming louder, her smiles brighter. Every milestone, every laugh, every new sound was a triumph, a reminder that life continued. Elara began writing letters to her daughter, one Soraya would read someday when she was old enough to understand. Letters about Kian, his humor, his tenderness, the way he had loved them both with every part of his soul. She wanted Soraya to know, not just that her father had existed, but that he had lived fiercely, and that his love still shaped their lives even in his absence. One quiet evening, as Soraya slept in her crib, Elara sat by the window with her journal. The night sky stretched wide, stars scattered like silver dust. She thought of the name she had chosen, Soraya, the cluster of stars, the light that shone through darkness. She whispered into the night, her voice steady. "Kian, she's beautiful. You would be proud. I'll make sure she knows you. Every smile, every story, every sunflower we plant, she know they're pieces of you." Her eyes filled with tears. But they weren't the same tears of despair she had cried for so long. They were soft, bittersweet, because grief was no longer a wound tearing her apart. It was a scar, tender but healed, carrying love inside it.